Hello everyone. Today we are going over the next two cards in the Ryuu Kado. That's the Dragon Gods Oracle cards. Here we go. And its associated cards from the Mars Tarot. All right, and let me get this out for you. All right, so now this is, I don't know what part this is, but we're doing cards 10 and 11. All right, so let me get those out. All right, here they are, and this is way too high. Let me see if I can move the camera down a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, so here are the two cards for this video. And I think what I'm going to do from now on, I think every month when I do these videos of the Ryuu Kado, I am going to stick to just two cards a month. Maybe I might do a third one, but yeah, we'll see how that goes because I have... I found that doing them every single week has been a little too much. It's just a little too much pressure, especially now that I'm trying to study for the JLPT. So while this does sort of help with that, because I'm in the process of doing this, also aiding in my learning of Japanese, it can get very labor intensive, especially when I'm also decorating the books for it and stuff, and all the stuff for each card. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to limit these to 2, maybe 3 a month. All right, so let's start with this first one. Let me move this to the side here. So this is, if we get it up close here, this is Shiru, and that kanji right here. Tell if you can see. This is a bit of a weird card because this kanji means purple. So this card means purple dragon, and there is not a lick of purple on this card. And I don't know, to me that is very strange. And as far as I can tell so far, this is the only one where the name of the dragon does not seem to fit the image of the dragon, because unless, you know, cause if someone is familiar with Japanese culture in the comments or whatever, can let me know what sort of significance this kanji has. Let me see if I can focus. Come on, focus. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's the kanji there. Yeah, so if that has some sort of other significance in Japanese, I would love to know, because as far as I know, this means purple dragon. All right, so let me grab the book for this. Make sure I get on the page for it. Here we go. All right. So I will go ahead and put on the screen what the two information sides mean, the translation of them on the screen for you right now, so you can pause that and read it, and yeah, all that. And of course, each dragon god comes with its you know, associated body, food, item, place, and I will go ahead and put those translations on the screen for you now. Now the message, the quick message at the bottom here, this is the main message that I focus the meaning of the card on, because I do find, it does not want to focus this, I do find that the book meanings, the information here is, I don't know, slightly off from how I would interpret the card based on the quick message. Yeah, that's just something I've noticed as I've done the study of this dragon deck. So my main interpretation of each of the card is really focused on that that message here. And it does not want to stay focused, but here we go. And this reads, Henka o ukeireru. I think I got that right. Yeah, and that basically means embrace change. So this card, as you could guess, is all about change. And here's the translations, and here is the spread and the associated cards that I've attached to these. So let's pull out those cards real quick. So for Shiru, purple dragon, embrace change, Henka o ukeireru, the two cards that I felt best represented this energy was the Six of Swords, which has that energy of going away, of walking away from what's you know, I'll get to it. Okay. And the other card is the Eight of Cups, because what I was about to say was going to fit more with the Eight of Cups. So that's why I was like, hold on. let me organize my thoughts here. So the Six of Swords, we have that image of the classic Six of Swords of the woman, possibly with a child. I can't remember the traditional imagery. Going off, turning her back on what she previously had, and she's going off to basically run away. And that could be a good thing, but one of the hidden meanings that I get from the Six of Swords is a sort of running away from your problems, because the traditional imagery also has those six swords in the boat that she's traveling away from. And traveling away from her past, from in there we go. Yeah, so to me, I interpret that as she may be moving on, but she's bringing that baggage with her. Like, it's still going with her. You're not fully running away from your problems. Now, this imagery here from the Mars Power Tarot, we've got the six swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all six of them are pierced in her ear. And so that's a very interesting reading of this card. And we get all this like jumble all around her here, and this the rat on the top, almost, it makes me kind of think of Ratatouille, and it's like controlling the the person by pulling on the hair that pulls on the nerves and stuff, and like it's still like. This person seems unbothered, seems seems unbothered by what's going on, but really, like, there's so much going on. There's so much turmoil. That's, I feel like, under the surface, and not, it's not visible to everyone else. So that's kind of how I see that. And let me see the quick message here. This is from the book for the Mars Power Tarot. Each of the cards have a kind of a little, not really a poem, but just like a passage instead of a full interpretation. And I actually find this pretty neat. But the passage for the Six of Swords says, "There are times which transition is a harrowing prospect when change has not come, will not come easily. The traveler, having endured many such instances, will say, 'The rite of passage saved me from stagnation.'" Interesting. Wow. All right. So, yeah. So then the other card here is the Eight of Cups. Which also has that moving on sort of energy, that a change of scenery, change of location sort of energy to me. And the Eight of Cups, traditionally, in my mind, the traditional imagery, we're walking away from what was a good thing, which is a little bit different than the Six of Swords. Like, the Six of Swords is kind of a running away from the problems sort of energy, whereas the Eight of Cups is a bit more of a almost like being the bigger person and just walking away and leaving behind what used to serve you in the past, but maybe doesn't anymore, or maybe you feel like serves someone else can use that energy more. It's kind of it's moving away, but a bit more. Oh gosh, what is it that I'm thinking of here? I don't know, it's a bit more noble, I guess, which is not quite the right word either, but it's the energy of the Eight of Cups to me is I didn't want to move away from this, but I know that if I stay, things are going to get rough and worse than, I've got to leave this good thing in the past because it's run its course, basically. And, some of the negatives of that is, like, you could say, look, you're running away from a good thing, like stick it out, you know. That could be one interpretation. But yeah, in general, I feel like the Eight of Cups is a bit more noble in its moving on, whereas the Six of Swords, it's also you know, because we can have both of these types of energies in one. Well, we all have all 78 energies within us, but like there's idea of, yes, I'm running away, but it's a good thing, you know, that sort of thing. Like there's a lot of that kind of energy with both of these cards. Yeah, so the imagery here, we kind of have, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. I've got to like really try to get my details here. Like the baggage down here. I mean, I just talked about baggage with the other card, but there's baggage underneath the table. And there's a lot of, almost excess up here. I mean, there are 8 cups, of course, because it's the 8 of cups. And this person almost seems dead at the table, or, you know, or something like that, where this person is still kind of there. And I sort of feel like this person is the focus in a sense. I guess you could change focuses on this, but, it's very interesting. But, yeah, there's this idea of it's time to move on. It's time to get up and go, you know. And even though what appears to be a good thing on the surface, underneath there's a lot of baggage going on. And yeah, so those are, oh, and let me read the little passage here for the 8 of Cups. Life is not without disappointment, nor is every endeavor fruitful. A wise withdrawal merely feigns escapism, for leaving one house means entering the realm of many. So that's interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and do the spread for this. All right, I've got the Mars Power right here, and the only cards missing from here are the 4 cards associated with the 2 Dragon God cards that we're using right now. So I'll just do a quick shuffle. Shoop, 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 shoop. All right, so here is the spread right here. Change spread. So center card is the Dragon God. So we start at the bottom, confront. What issue do you need to confront? And then we go to the second one. We kind of do a clockwise from the bottom. So the second one is purge. What do you need to let go of? Then 3 is, you know, once we've confronted it, we've purged it, 3 is reframing. So how can you reframe your situation? And then 4, the more positive part of this, because I feel like some of these, like these 2 especially, are a bit more on the negative side. And then we got a turning the corner kind of card right here. And then finally a attract, how to attract positive change. All right, so, and I'm just going to go ahead and just pull some cards out for this. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit too. Okay, here we go. So the first card is confront. What issue do you need to confront? So, and this is kind of a card for a spread for the collective here. I have no idea if I'm in frame because the thing that's holding my camera is just covering the very center of my video here. So I cannot see this at all. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit more. There we go, really zoomed out here, and I cannot see these cards at all in my view screen. I'm going to, I got to move it to the side so I can see it. All right, right there. All right, just about there. So that's good enough. All right, so, so confront. I mean, Ace of Swords, that's a card about truth, you know, like, I feel like this is straightforward to me. Like, what do we need to confront? We need to confront the truth. And this looks really cool with this card. Again, no purple. So I feel like there's some other meaning to this kanji maybe, or something that I'm not understanding. But yeah, because it means purple dragon, but obviously the dragon is not purple. All right, so purge. What do you need to let go of? And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So we've got 2 aces already. Wow. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is really confronting a truth. Confronting the truth. And what do we need to purge? I almost feel like this is a bit of... excess maybe, but not really excess. I think that's not quite the word I'm looking for. Ace of Pentacles to me. Oh, you know what? Let me see what the book says. What the Mars Power book says. Well, why not? Why don't we go into the see what the passage is for the Ace of Pentacles? Cups, Pentacles. All right. So I got to get this real close because I can't see. I'm even wearing my glasses, but it's a little dark in here. And I'm not sure if you can hear, but I have the heater on. It's just starting to get a little cold. In fact, I can maybe turn this off now. It's nice and warm in here now. All right, so Ace of Pentacles. Splendid is the fertile soil of prosperity. This will host the seeds of success spread by fortuitous windfall, which is in general a very positive thing, but we're talking about purging. And I think what this is kind of saying is that we don't need to accept every single opportunity. At least that's kind of what I'm seeing from this. Especially if we can look in the mirror here. She's got like one black eye and one fortuitous positive eye, because that's what the pentacle, where the pentacle is. And there's also, oh no, that's a flower on her nail. Yeah, so the Ace of Pentacles to me has to do with like opportunities, like sudden opportunity, sudden luck, things like that. And with this being a purging of this, I feel like it's saying that, you know what, not every opportunity needs to be grabbed. Not every opportunity we need to jump for. So we need to purge some of that. We don't need to say yes to everything. So reframe. How can you reframe your situation? All right, so we have the King of Cups. All right. Let's see. King of Cups. So he's really balanced his emotions here. Yeah, taking a really, like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call the King of Cups, I wouldn't normally use the term balanced with this, but as far as emotions go, it really is a balancing of emotions and keeping everything in check and not running away with our emotions. And yeah, so we're reframing this. We're starting off confronting a truth, confronting what maybe we didn't want to hear, but we're confronting it. And that's good. That's like the first step of really confronting that truth. And then we need to purge all of this stuff that we keep saying yes to, all of these things that we keep adding to our lives and saying yes, 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 which can be too much. And that's the truth. And we need to try to find a balance between them and kind of, I mean, because we've got the swords here, which is of the mind, and that's the truth here. We've got the truth. We've got the pentacles, which is very earthly, very practical, very monetary, very, you know, very fruitful, things like that. And then we have the cups, which is like really bringing the emotions into this, but in a very balanced sort of way. So reframing that, reframing our emotions in a positive, balanced way here. All right. So finally, how to attract positive change? How to attract positive change? And we have, oh, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So Three of Pentacles to me is kind of a teamwork card. So, I think we need to bring other people into this. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Especially when we have a person card for the reframing. This could be advice from someone that we need to take. Someone who's very, logical is not the right word for the King of Cups. It's, I keep going back to balanced, and I think it's because this card has him balancing that bottle on his head, and there's flowers coming out of it. So, like, it's kind of, this person has a good head on their shoulders, and is coming at this compassionately, but again, practically it's not a good word. It's I'm trying to figure out the right word to use for this, for the King of Cups here. But yeah, anyway, and then we have the Three of Pentacles, how to attract positive change. We really need to make this a group effort. We really need to bring other hands in on this, and really bring that teamwork sort of energy to whatever the situation is. All right, so that was the reading for Shiru, Purple Dragon, and with the key message being embrace change. And so we've got to embrace this change. We face the truth. We've got to learn to not say yes to everything. We've got to take a more balanced, compassionate, but practical sort of approach here, and bring other people into the team. Bring other people onto this to sort of help out. All right. What I also want to say is that right now, right after this part here that I'm talking about, I'm gonna put in editing the video of me reading the what am I reading? Oh gosh, I stumble over my words sometimes in these YouTube videos, but I am reading the message from the Dragon Gods, so Ryuu Kara no Mesuji, and that means message from the Dragon God, and so I am reading this in that reel that I posted on Instagram, so I will share that now. Hi everyone, let's read the message for card number 10, and this is Shiru. Henka o ukeireru. Kawaritai no ni kaware nakatta henka shita to omotta no ni mada sukiri shite nakatta shimasen ka? Ima made tsukiri agete kita mono o tebana shite ichi kara kouchiku suru no wa taihen desu ka? Ima koso henka no toki. Omoi kite henka o ukeireru koto de hitsuyo na chie ya kyoyo idea nado o sazukari atarashi jinsei no stage e nobotte ikemasu. All right, so the next card is card number 11, and that is Kiru, and this means yellow dragon, and thankfully we have a yellow dragon. So different than the last one. And here, if you want to see, here is the kanji for yellow. There we go. Yellow dragon. So yellow dragon. All right. This one, let me pull out the book here, go to the right page. So, oh, and here, I didn't show this, but here were the other two pages for Purple Dragon here. These are intentionally left blank because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the 2 extra double pages for each card, but I left them blank though for a future use sort of thing. All right, so Yellow Dragon, and this is Kiru. So I will go ahead and put on screen the interpretations, the translations of the information about the Dragon God and the message from the Dragon God. And I will go ahead and put up the body, food, item, and place information for Kiru. All right, so the message on here, this is pretty easy. It says "Iza stato," and that means let's start. Come on, focus. Hello. So let's start is what this says. So for this card, let me go to here's the translations, and this one I actually messed up. I need to reprint this off because I didn't put the entire translation down here. I only put one sentence, so I need to reprint this off. Yeah. And I also had a typo on this one, but I guess it's okay. All right, so here is the spread page with the tarot cards. So the 2 cards that I picked for this one, obviously I picked the Fool because we're talking about starting something, and that makes a lot of sense. To me, it was a no-brainer that this card it has that Fool energy, and I also thought it sort of fit with the Knight of Wands. because the Wands to me is a deck about its passion, its action, its movement, it's going for things. And we often see the Knight of Wands on horseback. Here the character is not on horseback, but she's got wings, and so she's like flying, and she's got her bow and arrow here, and there's just a lot of energy going on around with this one. So I mean, I feel like both of these cards just really fit the let's start energies of Yellow Dragon. Kiru. So the Fool, of course, is this person is almost drowning. What an interesting take on this. So let's see the two passages for these cards here. So for the Fool, I'll come up here and see if I can focus there. All right, so the sails are hoisted onward toward uncharted territories and new horizons. As we rid ourselves of trepidation, remember that the drowned and the damned had abandoned their intuition. So it's almost like this is like not the Fool here. The person here smoking a cigarette, this is not the Fool. This is the energy that the Fool is like getting away from, where it's very stagnant, and because of that, they stay in one place and they start being they become drowned by their inaction, basically. So, which is a very interesting take on the Fool. And then for the Knight of Wands, we have a zealous heart races towards adventure with reckless abandon, heeding not the instability inherent. Will beauty burst forth from the spontaneity or fervor? Or will arrows fly from a quiver full of rash impulsion? Interesting. So, yeah, so the Knight of Wands is also a card having to do with impulsiveness. So, and both of these kind of have that energy. Both the Fool and the Knight of Wands kind of have that impulsive energy. And I don't know, for me, that felt like it really fit with this card. My keyword for the Purple Dragon was change, and my keyword for Yellow Dragon is begin. So let's pull out some cards, and we'll do the quick 3-card reading for Yellow Dragon. So I'm actually not going to put Yellow Dragon down first. I think it's going to be the last one, because the way I had this spread set up was going 1, 2, 3, go. That's kind of in my mind how I was setting it up. So 1, 2, 3, go. Like that. And so the first card has to do with courage. So how can you summon the courage to get things started? How can you summon the courage to get things started? So we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that makes sense for summoning some courage. It is a beginner sort of card, and it's got that passion. Yeah, I think that that spark is needed here. I think that's, man, the lighting in here is so dark right now because of it's kind of rainy outside, and it's just after the autumn equinox, so I don't know, the lighting is very weird in here right now, so I do apologize for the lack of focus here. But anyway, so the Page of Wands, we see a lot of, like, they each have a branch, and they each have these sparks to them. Like, there's that spark of inspiration going on. So but we are seeing this rain cloud coming down on them, which is fascinating. Yeah, so it's kind of that finding that spark of information. I keep wanting to say information. Spark of inspiration. That finding that spark of inspiration. And yeah, so that's how we need to get the courage. We just need to get inspired real quick. Yeah, so so the next card is trust. how to strengthen your confidence and trust the process. So we've started off, we've got that spark of inspiration. I almost said information again. Spark of inspiration. And now we need to trust the process. And what's going to help us trust the process? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that really is... This is too fitting. You know, this the Page of Wands is very much a just beginning, like just getting that bit of inspiration. I've got that spark of inspiration going on here, and then, you know, trust, and we get a card that's all about like kind of trusting the process, and like the wheels are going to turn, and it's almost like the question itself answered it. You know? We got the question itself as the answer. So that's kind of funny. All right. So the next one is commit. How can you put your goals in practice and commit? How can you commit to this? All right. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Fascinating. So Two of Pentacles is, to me, all about balancing, prioritizing, and caring what's important. And we're not being overburdened, but we are doing a bit of a balancing act. And so things have got to kind of come into focus here. Like there are some things that have to drift off, and some things that have got to come into focus here. That Two of Pentacles. And so this imagery here is really, to me, showing a lot of focus. So like prioritizing. So how can we put our goals in practice and commit? Well, we need to prioritize, and that's kind of what I get there. And then we end it with go. Isa stato. So 1, 2, 3, go. That's kind of how I interpreted that spread for this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the reel of me reading the message, the Dragon God message here from my Instagram. So I'll put that here. Hi everyone, Niamh here. Today we're going to do card number 11, and this is Kiru. Isa stato. Roko o shitai keredo. Eigo no benkyou o hajimetai keredo. Nanika yaritai koto ga aru noni. Ipofu ni komu koto o mayoteru anata. Are kore kankazu. Mazu wa yatte mimashou. Hajimeru koto de shuchuroku ga takamate. Jisen shiteku chikara ga tsuitekimasu. Yaru koto ga meikaku ni naru to. Sore o ouen shite kureru nakama tachi ni mo megurareru deshou. Here. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye!